Getting the most on your language learning investments. So this short talk is basically inspired on a blog post I read, which said that you're either a jack of all trades and a master of none in languages, or you subspecialize in a few. And I disagree, and here's why. So I think what is best, my suggestion to everyone who is interested in language, you want to be a polyglot, figure out whatever language you want to learn. Learn it to an intermediate or basic advanced level. Immerse yourself in as much of the culture as you can. Enjoy it. Once you can read, once you can watch movies, I say move on. Start picking up another language that interests you, that you want to get into the culture. And then just continue doing that. And just continue doing the things that you enjoy. But if you need the language, if society, you either move to the place or you need it for work, or you have a new group of friends now that you go out with, that you play sports with, if you have a romantic significant other that speaks the language, that's a native speaker, you'll naturally then take it from that advanced intermediate basic fluency level to a true advanced fluency just by practicality. And that's truly what's important, is that practicality is what will take you to the next level. Practicality, lots of people that I work with need Spanish practically. Otherwise, they can get by calling an interpreter and working with over the interpreter phone, and then working through that means. But it's so much faster. You develop better rapport. Everything's much better if you can do it in the language. So there's that need is there in Spanish where I'm working, but people can't do it because they don't have that basic level. The people who do learn how to speak Spanish already learned it to that level when they started working there, and then just that by needing it, they automatically took it up, and there's a lot of decent Spanish speakers now that work there, and they're all the people that had it at that level to begin with. And that's what I think is the best way to go about this. The only languages that you need to truly sound, use less errors and truly sound like you know that what you're talking about, and it's the ones that you need professionally. And if you do, and you continue to work in that environment, you'll automatically learn it in a good way. If you try to force yourself to learn a language, you're not having fun, but you just, for some reason, you want to learn, I don't know, let's say Japanese, to a proficient, fluent, flawless level. But you don't need it for anything at this point. You don't have any real reason to. It's going to be hard to force yourself to work with it for hours a day, hours and hours and hours a day, unless you go to like a government training program or some sort of intensive 9 hours a day program. You're not going to be able to do that on your own, or the vast majority of people will not. And so my advice is to do to the level that you enjoy on your own. In as many languages, going language after language, the ones that you need the most, or the ones that you enjoy the most, and you make the situations to the point where you need them, like you moving to the country, creating relationships within the language and culture, you'll take those languages naturally up to the next level. And in this way, starting a new language after you hit that level, that kind of plateau level where you're at a good level but not perfect, I believe once you hit that level, it's that, I forget the principle, but it's where it takes so much effort to go from that level of basic fluency to native fluency, that it's just, I don't believe it's worth doing it if you don't have practical needs. But rather, learning a new language is to that basic fluency again, knowing 10, 12 languages at that basic fluency and trying to become fluent in maybe and then only go for a higher level in the ones that you need. That's what will give you the most returns on your language studying investments. Because in this way, you can generate good professional rapport, have good friends. All of a sudden, you can use these other languages that will help you in life and give you a lot of benefits. You can take advantage of the literature, the culture, the movies, and learn a lot from these cultures. Yet, you can do that without being a master at the language. Where the languages that you actually need professionally, you can take from that level to the higher level. And so, in my opinion, using this kind of approach is the best way to go about your language learning. But do you agree? Let me know.